Hi everybody, thanks for clicking on this video. Today I'm here to show you a really quick video. I have finally decided on my 2025 budget planner. So I set up a poll for you guys to figure out if you guys wanted me to use one of the other two budget binders that I've used throughout this year. So I had a Clever Fox and I had another budget planner, or if you guys wanted me to buy something new, or if I should just make my own. So I've decided, as you can see, thanks to that poll, to make my own. I really didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to do this. I was hoping that I could find one that just had everything that I needed, and I couldn't. So I've decided that I wanted one to go on the go with me, but that's just not feasible. So I'm going to keep my budget and my planning separately. The budget binder will stay at home. So this is one that I made. This is just little stickers I just threw on there. I had these already from the Dollar Tree because that's my favorite place in the world. It came like this. They're all messed up, but I like them because they're kind of hard. They're not like regular stickers. So maybe it'll last throughout the year, maybe not. I don't care. So I'm just gonna go ahead and look at that, see already, and get started. And I'm just gonna do a quick flip through of what I have in here so you guys can get an idea of my idea for the next year and the kinds of things that I want to track in my budget binder. So when I open it up, this is just some sheets that I pulled from a lot of this is reused and repurposed because I did not want to spend money on this because I want to spend money on my planner. So this is just from an old teacher's planner that I had. I guess I should show you the old things. One second. So just in case you guys are interested in any of the old ones that I'm talking about, this is a 2023 to 2024 teacher's planner that I had bought. It's really cute. It's got a bunch of different things, and I was using this for a little while and then I wasn't. That's on my Amazon storefront too. So I took those checklists from there. And these I already had all of this, most of this planner stuff or organization stuff. This is my tracking for my sinking funds. So these are these are different savings that I have either in cash. This is for the cash to track what I have in each savings account. I stopped using this for a while. I might try it again. And then Sofi I have here. So a lot of these things I'm just trying out again to see if I want to bring them back to my budget. But I might change it. I change stuff all the time to see what works for me. So I like to experiment with different things. All right, and then what's next is we have just a plain notes and goals section that I had here. I made these myself too. So this is just to get me prepared for the month ahead. I am going to play with the idea of putting my meal planner in here. I might want to keep that on the go with me too. So that's just a question mark there with my sloppy handwriting. And then we have the monthly budget. So again, playing with these sheets I got from this monthly budget planner, again, in my Amazon storefront, which I really like this actually, but it's hard for me to use this broken up setup here because I didn't have like a lot of space for where I want to write my sinking funds and rollover and all that stuff. So again, it just wasn't a right fit for me exactly, but it fit in here. So then we have our paycheck goals and expenses upcoming that I like to write out before I start the pay period. We have a pay period budget. Again, I might or might not use these sheets. I might just use my closeout sheet, which I'll show you, to do a budget breakdown by category. And then we have our cash withdrawal form. So this again is something that I made myself. This is to write out what denominations I need to take from the bank. So once I do my budget, I decide what I'm going to take out in cash for my wallet and what I'm going to take for my savings in cash. So that's for planning that. And then we have my midweek review. I do this in the middle of the week. So between pay periods, I get paid 1 week, then there's no payday, and then the next week there's another payday. So this is the week between where no paycheck comes in. I like to look at my account to see what's left, what bills are left, to make sure I have enough to cover those, just to make sure there's no overdraft. You guys can take a look at that video. I have playlists for all these things as well too. And then I have my closeout. So this is a bi-weekly closeout. So at the end of a pay period, I want to take a look at what I spent in each of these categories, what sinking funds I use, whether I was over budget in anything. So that's a closeout for that. And doing it bi-weekly helps me do it at the end of the month. So I can do a percentage at the end of the month. I won't do it bi-weekly. Then this is something I'm just playing with. I just put this in here so I can track rollover. So I want to know how much I'm pulling from one paycheck that's still in the account when I go to the next paycheck. So I just want to keep track of that and how much I have as a buffer. So money that can be spent in case I forget about a bill or some other expense comes up. I want to know how much I have in that, and I want to know how much cash I have left, again, from one paycheck to the next. So I'm playing with the idea of tracking this too, as a separate extent. And then I have the same exact setup for the next week. And we would put another rollover balance forward here for that paycheck. So from the last paycheck to the next month. Then we have the same thing. Here's the expense tracker. So we're going to use that for the first paycheck on this side and then the second paycheck on this side. So I might move it up, and back. The good thing is the binder is I can rearrange it every time I need it. And then here's the monthly closeout where we're going to write what we spent in A and B and total. And then I'll find out how much I spent in each category, whether I was over budget for the monthly budget. So I can finally close out the whole month and see how much I'm spending month to month. And then I have here, this is what I was using before to track rollover, how much money is coming from one to the other. So I'm just reusing those sheets. This came from this, and the expense tracker here came from our Clever Fox planner. This is the premium edition. This again is in my store, in my Amazon storefront, or you can go to cleverfox.com and use the code Seriously Saving, and you'll get 10% off of this weekly planner pro. So this has everything in it too. I just did not want to carry this around every day as my daily planner, but the budget items I really liked too. Planner was nice. There's a monthly section here, and then there's a weekly section, which is a really nice setup. I really liked this, and I might buy a different version of it later on. And then in the back we had the budget stuff. So again, just decided I didn't want to carry that around with me everywhere as an everyday planner too. So there's that. That's where that came from. Again, I explained that. And then here I would do, again, playing around with this. This would probably be for the last paycheck to the next month. So whatever I got paid in the last paycheck, if I had any cash or money in the bank left, that is going to go towards the paycheck for the beginning of next month. Then I'll add that here. And that's just tracking that rollover money so that I know, let's say I spent $50 more than I was supposed to spend. It would have come from that extra money from the last paycheck. Hopefully that makes sense. And then this is from the teacher planner, just extra sheets that I'll either use to write some notes or, how the month went financially. And then this also came from the Clever Fox planner. This is how I'll track my personal goals. So the only thing about this is, that's why it's in February, is that these all came together in the Clever Fox planner. All the months are together and all the weeks are together. So it's hard to separate them, how most planners are with the month first and then the weeks, but I can figure that out. It's not a big deal. And then I just have a note right here for me to update my annual tracker, because I'm gonna keep doing that. That also came from the Clever Fox planner. I just basically deboned my 3 different planners, created some of my own sheets, and now I have a plan for the whole year. So I didn't want to spend any money. I didn't spend any money on this planner for 2025 at all, and I intend to use this throughout the whole year. But I wanted to show you that this came from the Clever Fox planner, so I will continue to update this month to month, so at the end of the year I can take a look and see what I'm spending, any trends, anything that I need to fix with my budget going forward. So that's it. That's my budget planner. These are just some extra sheets that I pulled out. This is the old budget that I made myself, that I was using. So this is it goes better with the budget that I do on paper that you guys see me do, the bi-weekly or pre-payday prep. This follows that a lot better. So that's just an option that I'm keeping in there. These already were printed from a long time ago. I save a lot of stuff because I like to reuse it later. And then this is just expense trackers, debt trackers that came from this budget planner. So that's where these come from, just expense trackers. All right, that's it. That is my 2025 planner. I'm very happy about the setup. I'm very happy that I got to make it my own. And it should work perfectly. Like every time I come in to show you guys a video, this budget binder should have everything that I need in it. Oh my God, my camera was just dying and I don't even remember where it died at. But I was just showing you that I'm very happy that I got all these together. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on this and I was tired of overthinking it. So I just decided to go ahead and make my own. A lot of these sheets I had already made. Let me know what you guys think about it. And if you want me to think about putting the digital printables back onto Etsy or somewhere else so you can buy these yourself. When I had it up before, they were all under $3, but again, you could print as many as you want to. You can use it year after year after year. Some of these sheets I've used for the last couple of years, so it was definitely, I think it's worth it. All right, that's it for me today. I really appreciate you watching. If you have not already and you like the idea of this planner or you like the video and what you learned, please hit the like for me. It helps me a lot. It helps me to know what kind of videos you guys prefer, and I will keep doing those. Otherwise, I want you to always remember it is about progression and not about perfection. Thanks for watching. Happy saving and happy 2025. It's coming up soon, so I wanted to get ahead of the game. And I think I am. I think I'm ready so far, at least for finances. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.